Okay, so today I just received my Wilton Swivel Base Vise. It is got a jaw width of 4 inches. The jaw is open about 2¼ inches. This is basically the replacement for the older Wilton baby bullet, which is a very sought after vise nowadays, but very expensive. If you find a used one that's in good shape, you can easily pay $600 for that vise now. This has got pretty much all the same specs of the baby bullet that they used to make years ago. I'm not sure what year they quit making it, but this is basically the new version, I guess, of the baby bullet. I paid about $85 for this. That was shipped to the house. That was from Zorro. The part number of this vise is 63248. Hopefully you can see that. 63248. It's made in the Czech Republic. Not real happy about that. For the size of vise that this is, $85 is actually pretty expensive, you know. Even though I'm sure this is, I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I have no doubt that it is a decent vise. It's probably a quality vise. But whenever you see that they're made in countries, you know, like the Czech Republic and stuff like that, you know, you don't expect to spend top dollar for the vise. Even if it is a decent quality, you'd expect it to be, you know, at least from, you know, whether it's the U.S., England, you know, at least a developed country. But the Czech Republic, yeah, you'd expect it to be a $30 or $40 vise, in my opinion. I know it's a Wilton. I'm sure they had their quality control, you know, make sure that the thing is a decent vise. We're about to take it out and take a look at it. And we'll take a, you know, we'll see what we think about it. See how it comes out of here to start with. Don't want to totally tear the box up if I don't have to, but I guess that's what I'm going to do. All right, that was just an outer wrapping, just so you see if I can get this in here. I don't know if you can see all the specs of that, but it pretty much tells you everything you want to know in 3 different languages. The only language, obviously, I know is English. There's Czech Republic. There's kind of a breakdown of the vise. That's what it looks like. Now they're, oh, I can't remember what they call them. Anyway, they're bigger versions of these. They're $500–600 vises for the big ones. You know, the 6-inch vises like this. They're expensive. And I've got a couple Wilton vises. I like them. They're definitely, you know, a good vise. I just think for a vise that only opens 2¼ inches, you know, $85 is a lot of money. All right. So there it is. Make sure you're in camera view. I'm going to hold this up so that you can try to get every angle of it. I'll clamp it to the table here in a minute. We'll kind of take it apart, see what it's all about. You know, a lot of vises nowadays you got to watch because they'll only have one hold down, you know, for the swivel. This one obviously has 2, which is what you want, because whenever you know, if you're really torquing on something, You want to be able to clamp it down. You don't want it to swivel on you. And let's see. Okay, that's only going to have a certain amount of already. That's not the smoothest. I mean, for an $85 vise, that should be smoother. I would think. I mean, the inside of that doesn't look real. It doesn't look real nice. But, yeah, I don't know. I would like it to have swiveled more, personally. You know, it would have been nice if you could have it, because I'm planning on mounting this on the corner of a toolbox. So if this was angled like that, it's nice to be able to have it, you know, say that's at the 3 o'clock as I'm looking at it, and then swivel it, you know, to the 6 o'clock. But the way this base is, you know, the base is going to have to be mounted square, you know, and that only gives you, you know, 45 degree. I'm going to have to modify that. I want to put this on my mill, and I'm going to go ahead and cut these out a little bit more. That or make a whole new base. I don't know. Anyway, let's open the vise up and we'll see what it's all about. Hopefully everything's in there that needs to be. Let me take a look here. Make sure that and this was the one thing right here that I did want to make sure I got, was a vise that when these jaws are opened up and not clamped down, that there's not a lot of slop side to side. This is about as tight as I've ever seen a vise. I mean, there is absolutely no slop in there whatsoever. So, I mean, that's definitely that's a good thing. All right, so we just hit the end of the thread. I'm going to grab just the first. Okay, just grab the thread. Let me get a tape measure. I want to see. They advertise 2 1/4 inches. Let's see how close to that. Okay, well, that's 2 1/2. That's 2 1/2 inches. Actually, over 2 1/2 inches. I don't know if you can, hopefully you guys can see that. Let me get this thing. That's a little over 2 1/2 inches. It just grabbed the thread. Now, obviously, if you're going to really crank down on something, you're going to want at least a couple threads engagement before you really torque down on it. So that's good to know. Let's see if we can go ahead and take this all the way out of here. All right. So that's what you got there. It is an Acme screw. And what they've got is they've just got a pin driven through to retain this. I was hoping that it actually had, and you know, that's just one of the ways that they've been able to make this even cheaper. Let me get a light that way. Don't know if you guys can see down in there at all or not. You can see it's got 2 pins for the keyway. Keep it from rotating once it's all screwed in there. It is sealed up, so you know that's what's nice about these type of vices. You know, the back's sealed, so you're not going to get a bunch of junk and trash, metal shavings, whatever, inside the vise and start galling up the you know, the threads. So that's always a good thing. I want to throw a little bit of grease on this. It's got grease in it, but didn't look like it had a whole lot. So we're just going to add a little bit more to make sure we're all good. Put a little bit on those pins, a little bit where the thread engages. All right. I mean, it's a nice vise. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. I like it. To me, if it was about $50, I would think that would be a decent price for this vise. 85 was the cheapest I could find it anywhere. eBay, you can get them for about 85 also. I got it in one day. I ordered this yesterday. And, I mean, whenever the truck showed up with it, I was like, what the heck is that? Went out and got it and couldn't believe it was already in a vise. They must have a warehouse around here somewhere. The jaws line up perfect. I'm going to make a pair of soft jaws for it, but other than that, the jaws are great. They're serrated. I don't know if you saw that or not. You probably did. I don't know if you can see the serrations. Both jaws are serrated. But that's pretty much it. I mean, that's for a toolbox. To me, that's the perfect size vise. Small enough to where it's not going to be bulky and get all in your way. But, you know, opens wide enough to where you're going to be able to clamp a lot of stuff in there to hold while you you know, work on it. What I might do, I don't know if I'll take these and maybe make some nuts. Get rid of these altogether and just make some nice copper nuts that will hold this down. You have to use a wrench, but no big deal. But all in all, I do like it. I mean, I'm happy with it. I wish I'd switched. My biggest complaint, number one complaint, is the swivel. How much it's how the base mounts. I would literally have to mount the base like that. I mean, I don't want to mount the base like that to get it to even. Not even then. I don't know if. So that would be straight. I'm just. I don't know what they was thinking on that. I'm gonna have to come up with something. So I'm not real happy with the way that's set up. But other than that, the vise, the main body of the vise, and the vise itself is not bad. You got about, I don't know, 1/8 of a turn before it starts moving one way or the other. I mean, that to me that is kind of sloppy. That could have been a lot better. A lot tighter screw, but whatever. One thing I did notice, I'll show you guys this because I noticed it. And I didn't know this whenever I bought it. But if you look, that right there claims lifetime warranty. So I don't know. That right there, I haven't done any homework on Wilton, but that says WMH Tool Group. I don't know if that W stands for Wilton. I have to take a look. I don't know if WMH is a totally different company now that owns Wilton, or if that's the way it's always been. There's the model number for this vise. There's the specs again. It says 2 1/4 jaw opening, but it actually went a little past 2 1/2, which was definitely good. Anyway, that's about all I've got. All in all, I'm happy with it. I think $85 may be a little high for this size vise. I wish what I wish is the base. I wish the base would mount square like that, and then I wish that it would swivel right there to right there. And I have vices that easily do that. It wouldn't have been hard for them to make sure that this vise did that, but hey, what do you do? Anyway, that's all I got for you today.